because she can combo Bowser like there's no business, but Tough Guy Armor could definitely come into play at least somewhat. So we'll see exactly what the option is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised to see Lucina or Wolf come out. Maybe more so Wolf because he's got that additional speed to dance around Bowser and bait out some options. But here we go into game one. We're actually going to see the Lucina. Okay.
All right, and I'm wondering how this is gonna go because Bowser back in the day used to be recognized as a character that really does well versus swordy characters. The archetypes have changed a little bit over the course of time here, but great start to Pollo being able to control those platforms and getting that huge backer. Of course, he's not even gonna try just that forward tilt, a Bowser classic, and Javi is already playing from behind. However, Lucina does have some very consistent strings and also like the ability to win neutral in the same manner. Just consistency is the name of the game. Let's see if Javi can take full advantage of that.
Oh, man, that was definitely a tough spot to beat. Okay, there we go. We're going to see the up special going right to on stage. That was a brave option because if Javi was ready for it, that could have been a huge punish. We're going to say, okay, we're not going to see the attempt for the the fire breath there, which I feel like is probably the more safe option, is just going for the fire breath because I feel like trying to two-frame Dolphin Slash is like, that's just a prayer at that point.
Yeah, it's a fool's errand at times, like, for sure. And here, Javier respecting that option. He knows that Bowser can go for that command grab, like, straight out of shield when somebody tries to cross up, and very patiently as well, waiting for Pollo to commit to an option by the ledge. Javi putting the threat, but not managing to close it out just yet.
Ooh, and the back throw! There might have been a bit of a DI problem there. That back throw came out immediately, and I do not think that Javi was ready for that. But, you know, great stuff for Pollo, but we're going to find a way to take that stock right back. Beautiful setup from the Nair 1 into the forward smash. We're going to get right back into the action here. Going to roll right into the fire breath. That's a good 30%.
Yeah, you cannot come unprepared versus that fire. Like, shielding isn't even a good option at times, like, just due to how it sometimes even pokes. However, here, Javi making up for that lost percent and trying to go for the threat. Like, he, like, does a good job. Oh, that was very scary. That was very scary.
I mean, now we know that Pollo is definitely, like, down to throw it out. Like,
yeah.
So Javi's got to keep that in the back of their mind that they can't get, like, lackadaisy anywhere in their game plan because Pollo is ready to put down the hurt. Jeez.
Yeah, I know, like, yesterday he let them rip left and right, so Javi has to know that that is an option for sure. And now Pollo, even though a little bit back on the percent, like, could still take this stock first if he manages to avoid this edge guard and the ledge trap as well. Just a good get up attack to bring in the pain further, and that side B on the platform with the rage is gonna do it.
But here we go. I mean, Pollo's got a nice little lead here, but the last time they took a stock, Javi was able to take it back immediately. Did that do 35% alone?
I'm gonna say yes.
What the hell? He had to have gotten like the spike hitbox and the landing hitbox, but why is that doing 35? Either way, Javi got to find a way to get the back air, getting back to the stage as well to even things up just a little bit. But man, the pressure here is certainly something that I don't want to be in because Pollo is putting down so much damage there. That forward tilt would have been the game had it landed.
Oh, and Javi waiting patiently for that option that Pollo has been throwing out. And it commits, but like this punishes on the platforms have been dropped quite a few times. Javi, like, winning the tug of war right there to be able to survive, because we've also seen Pollo, like, being able to use that to go for the side B of stage to trade stock. Of course, this is last stock, so he's not going to try and go for that, and the anti-air mistimed, so Javi still has a fighting chance here, even though he is, like, on the backseat once again, and looking for that Nair hit one, but I think that should do it here, of course. Pollo taking it, and Monterrey maybe proud of their boy right here, surviving still in the bracket.
And I do got to hit at the Pollo. One thing they did very, very well is they've changed up their recovery options really often. Really kept Javi on their toes, just trying to guess. They would either go to the ledge, right, or maybe just use the Whirling Fortress to get right back onto the stage, even onto one of the platforms. And Javi didn't really capitalize on any of those at all. So maybe a bit more of a patient option. Maybe you could try to bait them into recovering on stage. But there was a lot of times where I felt like Javi could have gotten some strong edge guards and just was not able to convert at all.
Yeah, he was looking for them at times, but it seemed like Pollo was always one step ahead, and we are back on the Lucina here. Like, Javi not doubting. Like, I know he's been having like a character crisis pretty much since the start of the game, but he's been settling down with the Lucina and the Wolf. So perhaps his two main options here, as the third Nair does not find its mark. However, on the neutral, Javi is a force to be reckoned with, so that's going to allow him to keep the slightest of advantages, and I do say slight because we already know how Pollo is able to turn it around.
No, for sure. And that's just kind of the problem with fighting heavies like Bowser sometimes. Like, there's always this thing, you know, the heavy tax. You know, if you're playing a heavy character, oh my god, you're gonna have to take about 70 and 80%, but that's when you get to play the game, like we just saw, going for a huge option to take that first stock.
This man is going nuts, and Javi not finding the right like super strong punishes that maybe he wants to, just selling for those jabs, and percent is not enough. Finally, though, Town and City is gonna come into play along with that back air, and waiting but not patient enough, and look at all of that damage. Even though the fire was dwindling down, like Pollo still managed to get a ton of percent from it.
Yeah, 38, like you mentioned. The fire was disappearing, and they got 38. That's how ridiculous that move is if you roll right into his mouth when he's breathing hot fire at you. But I mean, now we got Javi starting to get that little engine running here, starting to get some damage down. Oh my god, boy, what was that option? He was definitely trying to get like a shield break or something. That could have been devastating.
Yeah, my boy Pollo definitely swings when the time is right, and when the time isn't right, he also swings sometimes. Like, he is willing to make those big bets in order to like work on some conditioning, or he has actually gotten some broken shields as a result. So Javi has to be very aware of it. Like, one of the things that heavy players can definitely do is go for those very big hits. However, Javi here, he's working at that edge guard and finally gonna be able to get it, just waiting so patiently. Let's see if Pollo like takes the stock immediately, as he has done quite often, or if Javi is finally gonna be able to milk a little bit of a lead.
I mean, he's definitely in a good position to do so, and it got a little bit of rage too, could potentially find Pollo in a really awful spot like we've seen before. I mean, once you get Bowser off stage, that's a stock gone, 100%. We're gonna get the flying slam to even things up here, and like I mentioned, man, you got that heavy tax out of the way already, 55%. You're gonna get to that 80. Now it's Pollo time. They could try to get a lot of damage here. You could try to get a big combo, and I mean, the problem here is that you also get that rage built up, and Bowser with rage is not something I want to be dealing with ever. It is a terrifying thing to deal with. Look at that. Big damage right now, 44%. Trying to use these forward airs to create some space and just try to pressure Javi into a really dangerous option.
Ooh, and it's raining Bowsers! It's raining Bowsers again! Pollo, you know what he is looking for, and he is getting some percent. He's gonna go aggressive with it. No, is staying onto the ledge. Javi manages to get back onto stage and actually shielding that second part, super crucial, but not gonna be able to pressure off stage once more. Those dash ins and grab working amazingly for Javi so far. Let's see if the ledge trap is effective and the edge guard as well. And he goes super deep for it. He needed that to make sure that he is getting that game. So Javi bringing it to an even set.
Yeah, that's I was expecting that. I mean, it was definitely a tough spot for Pollo because they kept they kept getting put off stage. They would roll on, you'd have to deal with the Lucina Nair, you get put right back out there. But as soon as like Javi had the time to be able to go flow out there like Lucina does, and you just continue to fall with each other. You basically either just fall to your death, go for a crazy aggressive option with a forward air, maybe potentially forcing them to bounce off the bottom of the stage, or you just get hit like that. Like there's really no real way I think that Pollo is making it back to stage. As I mentioned, you probably could have gone for an aggressive option like a forward air, but like you're definitely not making it back if it doesn't work out for you. But it probably could have been at least something to attempt. Either way, not a bad game for either player. And again, Javi getting onto the board now is huge. Let's see how everything breaks down as we get to game 3.
Yeah, like Javi definitely, again, buckling down and waiting out Pollo in a lot of instances. So this regional clash continues. Now Pollo's turn to go into the offensive with Northern Cave, trying to take advantage of the small stage, and he is very willing to like steal away some of those stocks at some very ridiculous percent. So Javi has to take care.
Okay, but here we go. back air into the flying slam. Going to be putting on a good 20 to 30% there. My God. Why is that an option for Pollo? Why do they think that's okay to go for? Like, that shouldn't be a thing. Come on.
The man is nuts. What can I say? What can I say?
Like,
he doesn't care. He just doesn't care sometimes, and that is a good quality to have at times. Like, don't Javi, like this, he is the perfect type of player to abuse that type of overconfidence at times, because Javi is like just so patient, and that's his style. Is just very bread and butter. Like, okay, going again, and Pollo always going super low. So I also like that. Not only willing to go for the big swings, but also like knowing how to recover properly.
Yeah, no, but you're right, man. Sometimes you got to be a little bit crazy to play this game, and Pollo is definitely a little bit crazy. And that was a really unfortunate position earlier. They should, they're not going to get the stock there, but they had a spot where they could have really taken the stock off Javi and just wasn't able to convert on it, which is an unfortunate position. That Dolphin Slash isn't going to be enough, but okay, had to mix up the recovery option there, and just to be able to get back on the stage, that was actually really well done by Pollo. But now you got to do it again.
Oh, great Dolphin Slash, and managing to avoid the backer as well. Oh, look, the forward tilt. He doesn't even want to deal with that backer from Bowser, and Javi putting himself on the lead. Let's see how much is he able to enjoy. This is a light lead again. Okay, committing with that Nair, but he has a read on the out of shield option from Pollo, and also we have not seen that many Whirling Fortresses out of shield, which I think it's also something very common. But look at this neutral that Javi is playing, so patient and so effective.
Oh, geez, that was a huge grab right there. Getting the turnaround to pop off. Just trying to put them off stage, trying to get something to go in here. That's a tough spot to be in. Oh, they still get it. They get the Dolphin Slash, spiking them off the stage for the stock. Javi is popping off here. And Pollo's counter pick, by the way. The Whirling Fortress will clean it up, but you're already down a whole stock. It's going to be tough to break through the wall that Javi is to really try and find a way to capitalize and take this W.
And an eye for an eye, say it, Pollo. However, Javi is still on the lead. And those Nairs have also, like, been keeping, like, Pollo, like, cornered constantly. And look at this. Now, Pollo, those Nairs that he had not been finding, and the forward smash, I'm telling you, like, this man is willing. Like, he is just gonna shoot sometimes, and he is praying for a mark, but the forward smash, extremely powerful option right there, and Javi very cleanly takes this game number 3, so now just one step away from moving further down the bracket.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. One of those situations where Pollo was doing such a good job of mixing up the recoveries. Are they going to ledge? Are they going to the platform? Are they going onto stage, right? And we saw Javi finally bait out an option to force him to land on stage, getting a huge punish with a forward smash. That's exactly what I want to be seeing. The momentum is clearly on their side. They are spacing their attacks so well. That Pollo, as aggressive as they are and as well as they've been doing, they're in a bit of trouble right now.
Yeah, I hate to like circle back onto it, but Javi the perfect type of player to be able to deal with this crazy style, because believe me, we have a ton of crazy players down here in Mexico, and Javi has been doing it for so long, and just showing why he's a top player down here in one of the strongest regions in the world.
Well, here we go, getting back to the stage where it all started here. Small battlefield, which we saw in game 1, and was also a W for Pollo in the process. But now it's Javi. You know, they got all this momentum going. They're looking dominant. They got 80% here, and they got a nice little read on exactly how Pollo's trying to play this game. And we're starting to see those Whirling Fortresses come out a bit more. Like you mentioned, we haven't been seeing them a whole lot, and that's not the position you want to be putting yourself in. Javi with a beautiful reversal.
He's a killer. Like, you know, if you give it an inch, you know what you're getting. But talking about that, Pollo finally getting that forward tilt that he has been looking for, and of course because of how active and strong that move is. But these falling uppers, let's see if Javi can get some more percent out of that, and these overextensions for Pollo are costing him some percent, and eventually the stocks. Javi, however, can still not get super confident because this character can bring him back in the blink of an eye.
Oh my God, look at all those up airs, man. Bowser just having trouble. Finally gets a shield into the Whirling Fortress. He's putting on some sort of percentage. Just a little bit, please.
Oh, and the fire yet again. And along with that backer, putting Javi in a more dangerous position. Time and time again has Pollo been able to survive, but Javi still manages to get an answer consistently. And this is going to be a backer, and losing the stock is Javi after that beautiful conversion. Pollo fighting from ledge, and look at, he's playing a lot more patient right now, and he's paying off.
I can't believe the way that they were able to find that answer to just take the lead. I'm a little bit shocked, but at the same time, I'm not, man, because Pollo has been looking for these aggressive options time and time again. That forward smash not going to kill. Javi with a huge counter, though. That won't be enough to take the stock yet, but that sure will be. Great stuff. Now we're getting into a last stock situation. Potentially Pollo's last stock in the tournament if they can't find a way to turn this around, forcing a game 5.
And Javi sharking the defensive options from Pollo, and great recognition because he loves to go for that down smash. Let's see if the weather has changed at all or if it's still raining bouncers, because that is an option that also Pollo is always willing to bring back into the table. Javi trying to fight his way out of shield, and we are back in neutral. Pollo has been cleaning it up quite a lot. However, I don't know if it's gonna be enough because he needs it. He overcommits once more, but he gets the dash attack and pushing Javi onto the ledge, but this is a very dangerous position.
Oh, he wasn't able to capitalize. That was a brave recovery to even go for. And for Pollo to even consider that is just absolutely insane. But the fact that they made it work is even more crazy. And somehow gets that forward air to hit. What the heck?
That move, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. The way it works, it seems like you shouldn't, but Pollo, of course, is going to take advantage of that and jumping. That was a very scary position for Javi. However, it seems like he was unfazed by it, and he tried to test the tech ability from Pollo, and he goes super deep for it. Javi closing it out 3-1, showing all the experience that he has, and there is the handshake. Pollo, very respectable placing right here as we have so much talent. However, well, this time around, the metropolitan area of Mexico prevails.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to hand it down to Javi. They dropped that game 1, and it looked like Pollo just had all this momentum in the world to continue to put down this damage, blowing up stock after stock. However, with Javi, if Javi's still got some sort of life left in the game, you got to imagine they're going to make some sort of form to adapt, and they did that in spades. They just tore apart Pollo. I mean, Pollo was still giving up a good fight, don't get me wrong, but they utilized Lucina's game plan and kit to the best of their ability, able to clutch out that W, just continuously punishing Pollo for some options that are just a little bit too aggressive.